Adventurers! It is Friday evening and I am about to start to make homemade pizza for Saturday night. That was your challenge, to make homemade pizza. If you do not have all of the ingredients, any at all, there are some options. You may be able to get, you may have it in your freezer, frozen bread dough. Thaw it out, that makes a great pizza dough. You also might have puff pastry. It makes a very schwanky pizza, very tasty. You may use naan bread, flatbread, pita bread. You've got options. Tortillas, yes, as my father-in-law used to say. There are options. But this is if you want to make it from scratch and you don't want to do a lot of work. While I have the beast here, I'm not going to use it. We're going to let time take care of making the bread. Alrighty, so what have I got? Well, I've got 3 cups of flour, white flour. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. Okay, and now I know there is the great yeast shortage of 2020. Okay, this is what typically goes into a loaf of bread. It is 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. So we could make 9 batches of pizza dough with what's in this little envelope. So this is not a whole lot of yeast. So I have a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, I have a teaspoon of salt, and I have 12 ounces or 1.5 cups of water, and that's it. And so I'm just going to throw my dry ingredients together, give it a stir, add the water. You can see this is real difficult stuff. Stir it up. And I am looking for what they call a shaggy dough. Oh, I might have to add a little bit more water today. It's pretty dry out here. Oh, yeah, it's a little dry. I need to, excuse me, add a little bit more water. Oh, just a tiny bit. You can add it now, but you won't be able to add it later. And doesn't look like much, does it? It certainly doesn't look like pizza dough. But that is going to be our dough. Now I have a second bowl here. I've given it a little squirt of Pam so my dough doesn't stick. And I'm going to put my dough in it. Or at least I'm going to try and put my dough in it. There we go. There's a real life for you. Scouter Alex is just laughing away right now and he's trying not to shake the camera. Let me wash my hands now.
Good hygiene.
Oh yes, wash my hands, yes. Okay, I shall continue. And then I'm going to take some plastic wrap, or I'm going to attempt to, and I'm going to cover the bowl. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want that dough to dry out, because now it's going to be sitting until tomorrow. And that's it. I'm going to let this sit and it will do its magic overnight and into tomorrow. Now, what I like to do, especially in the winter time, is I put it in my oven, which is turned off. With the light on. And that little light is going to keep it warm enough for my pizza. Don't look at how dirty my oven is. All right, and so tomorrow we'll come back and we'll take a look and we will see how the pizza dough is developing. Good morning, Venturers. It is mid-morning on Saturday and I've just taken the pizza dough out of the oven, the unheated oven. It just had the light on overnight. And we're just going to take a peek at what's happened with our dough. You can see it's spread out, and you can see it's slowly forming bubbles. So we have the yeast doing its job, and it's looking pretty good, but it's not done, and I'm not ready to play with it. It's going back into storage for a little while, and we'll take a look at it again this afternoon. Hello, Ventures. Okay, we're getting close to pizza time. We're about an hour and a half away. My dough is rising. It looks quite nice. It looks a little wet. I am going to now punch it down, and I'm going to add a tiny bit more flour. I have this silicone mat down just because it makes cleanup easier. You can do it on a clean counter. You can do this on parchment, whatever. Okay, so here's my dough, my lovely pizza dough. This time I'm gonna drop it on the counter on purpose.
Maybe.
And you can see how the air bubbles are forming here with my pizza dough. All right, so I need a little bit of flour. I need a little more because it is sticky dough. There we go. I'm gonna add just a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick so much. That's about it. That's all I need. Whoop, I'm gonna need to cut it. This. And I'm going to divide it into 3 balls, give or take. And this will make my 3 personal pizzas.
They're big pizzas, don't worry.
Yeah, they will fill you up. I'm going to coat it lightly with flour. I might need to grab a little bit more. Make it into a ball. And the last one. No, this might turn out to be a little one. A Scouter Dawn size one. Alright, so I have 3 balls of dough. Okay, now it has to sit for 1 more hour, and then I can actually roll it out and make it into a pizza. So I have a couple choices. I do want to make sure again that this stays that the dough does not dry out. So I could put saran wrap over top. I could put a damp tea towel over top. But I find the easiest thing to do is just take my bowl, put it on top, and then wait an hour. So we'll see you back here in an hour. All right, Ventures, we're getting close. And I've actually, got 2 pizzas already done. And I will show you the 3rd one before we go to cook. All right, so now I have my dough. I've added a little bit of flour again. I'm gonna roll it out. It's not gonna be beautiful and round. It's gonna be a little bit more freeform.
Don't throw it up in the air.
Yeah, well, I might be able to do that, but
Can I try?
Actually, this is my better looking pizza so far. Yeah. The other ones look kind of...
Mine has a tumor.
Yeah, yours is funny looking. All right, so I have my pizza. So you have a couple options here. No, it's not. It's fine. What I like to do is I cook mine on parchment. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it out to my barbecue, which I have at about 500 degrees, and I have a pizza stone in there. And I'm going to take these and I'm going to slide the pizzas onto the pizza stone to cook. A 500 degree oven will also work nicely if it's raining or if it's winter. Let's go to the barbecue. All right, so my pizza is ready to go on. You notice, I can't remember if I said that I've cut the parchment paper, and I'm just going to carefully slide it onto my pizza stone. Whoops, sorry, Sarah Alice. Let's try that again. All right, and somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes from now, my pizzas will be done. Okay, we're at the 12-minute mark. It might be because it's a little cold today and the temperature is dropping. Let's just see how our pizzas are doing. Da, 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 da. Ooh, they look pretty darn good. But we're gonna double check underneath. Let's see how it's looking. Oh, that's a nice looking pizza. So I'm going to just slide it. Normally this would come with it. And I'm going to take that inside and we're going to slice it up and we'll have pizza.